Hello, people. So, the Stanley Cup Finals are starting in just a few days. So, I figured I would not only just do a bracket checkup to kind of see how I'm actually doing, but also kind of give my 2 cents on what I think is going to happen in the finals. So, first things first, let's just take a look here at my original bracket. We're not going to look at the second chance bracket. If you want to see that, you are more than welcome to go check out my round 2 predictions that I used the second chance bracket for. It'll be linked in the description. You're more than welcome to go check that out. But we're going to focus mainly on just my original bracket. Now, one thing that I will say is that I find it very interesting that considering I live on the East Coast, I absolutely bungled my Eastern Conference predictions. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 things right on the East. Whereas in the West, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't make sense to me because, again, I don't watch a lot of Western Conference hockey because I live on the East Coast. So that's fine. It is what it is. Because you know what? We have a Canadian team in the final. The cup is coming home. I'll talk a little bit more about that later when I get to it. Now, here's what we're going to look at. Okay, here's what we're going to look at. So, we're going to think about the final here. So, the final is between Edmonton and Florida, right? Right? Yes. So, here's the actual bracket is what it looks like. So, it's Edmonton and Florida, right? Now, the conference finals. Ooh, was that spicy? Now, hopefully I remember to cut that little blip out because I want to talk about it now. But the conference finals gave us some amazing moments, right? So let's just talk about the East first. So Florida and New York, oh, that was something else, with just the fine coming through for Jacob Trouba with that elbow, and then Paul Maurice being like, "Oh, pass the hat around, let's collect some money." Like, oh, absolutely pristine. That was so funny. And then also that with like, who was it? I don't remember who the Rangers player was exactly, but they threw Chucky's mouth. They tried to throw Chucky's mouth guard into the stands. Oh my gosh. Some great moments. And then you've got the Western Conference on the other hand, where you get wonderful moments like this. Thank you, Bar Down, from TSN for posting this, but holy cow. Who should start? Here, let's hide my camera here. Who should start in the crease for Game 4? Should it be Calvin Pickard, Stuart Skinner, or Darnell Nurse's butt? Oh my goodness. So funny. I honestly laughed so hard when I saw this. And then you find out in Game 4 that the first goal that was scored was off of Darnell Nurse's butt. Like, come on. You couldn't have made it up better. Like, it was so good. So, now, let's talk about the actual Stanley Cup final. Now, obviously, I am 0 for 2 on the Stanley Cup final. Like, genuinely, if we look at my other video, my old video here, if I can pull it up somehow. There it is. I predicted it was going to be New York and Dallas, and that New York was going to win. So I'm 0 for 2 on that one, which is really awkward. Now let's look at this bracket here. So we've got Edmonton and Florida. Now, as a Canadian lad myself, I would love nothing more than for Edmonton and Canada to finally get the cup back. That'd be so nice. But, and that is a big but, the difference maker in this series is 100% going to be goaltending. You've got Sergei Bobrovsky, who has been just absolutely insane since last year's Stanley Cup playoffs, against Stuart Skinner, who has his ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, played really well against Dallas, but unfortunately, I honestly think that Bobrovsky is going to be playing so much better than Stuart Skinner. And even if he doesn't play well and they put Calvin Pickard in, like, I'm sorry, but I don't think that goalie tandem is going to be a match for Bobrovsky on his own. So as much as I want to say the cup is coming home and it's coming back to Canada, let's get the party started. I am going to say my prediction is going to be Florida over Edmonton. And I think that Florida is going to do it in, I want to say it's going to be in 7 games because I really want this to go 7 games. It'd be so nice to have a long series here. But with the way that Florida has played, and just look at who they've had to go through. They've had to go through Vasilevsky on the Lightning. You can't see it because it's hidden behind my camera there, but the Lightning symbol's there. Then they had to go through Jeremy Swayman, who was just absolutely lights out in round 1 against the Leafs. And then they had to go against Shesterkin in the Rangers. That is 3 of the top 5 goalies in the league, I would say. I would say those are 3 of the top 5 goalies in the league that the Florida Panthers had to go through. And now they're going up against Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard. I'm sorry, I have to betray my Canadian brethren here, but I think that Florida's going to take it. I want it to go 7 games. If I had to put a realistic number on it, I would probably say 6. But I would love for this to go 7. Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. How are you guys doing? Has your bracket been absolutely just dumpstered like mine has? Or have you been doing well? To be fair, my bracket isn't dumpstered. It's at 63%. I will take it. And let me know, who do you think is going to win the final? Do you think it's going to be Edmonton and bring the cup back home to Canada? Or is it going to be Florida and it's going to stay in the States? Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, we've got a couple more days until the finals start. Let's get ourselves ready. This is going to be really exciting to watch. I'm super, super excited for it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. Well, here we go. Here we go. The Stanley Cup Finals. Who's going to take it? Edmonton or Florida?